The sun rose over the thick green hills as an elite foreign force landed near a quiet Filipino village. Their boots hit the ground with confidence, and their leader smiled with pride. They believed they were the best soldiers in the world, trained with advanced weapons and modern tactics. They laughed when they heard a small Filipino unit was stationed nearby, calling them easy prey and poorly trained locals. News of the challenge reached a Filipino unit by radio. The Filipino commander did not laugh or shout. He only listened in silence, his face calm but serious. He knew his men were fewer and had older weapons, but he also knew their land, their history, and their spirit. He gathered his soldiers and told them one thing: "We defend our land. We fight with heart, not pride." The Filipino soldiers were not loud or boastful. They were farmers' sons, fishermen's brothers, and village protectors. Each man knew the jungle paths, the rivers, and the hidden hills. They trained every day, not just with weapons, but with patience, discipline, and teamwork. Their strength was trust in each other. That night, they sat quietly, cleaning their rifles and checking their gear. No one spoke of fear, but everyone understood the danger. The commander reminded them of old stories told by their elders, stories of brave warriors who defeated stronger enemies using wisdom and unity. These stories burned in their hearts like fire. The foreign soldiers moved fast and loud through the forest. They trusted their machines, drones, and heavy weapons. They believed technology alone could win any battle. They ignored the signs around them, the broken branches, the silence of birds, the strange calm of the jungle. Their leader ordered a straight advance, thinking speed would crush resistance. They mocked the Filipino soldiers, saying they would surrender quickly. But what they did not know was that every step they took was being watched. The jungle itself seemed to whisper warnings, but they did not listen. As the elite soldiers crossed a narrow path, the ground suddenly exploded with smoke and noise. Simple but smart traps stopped their movement. No one was killed, but fear spread fast. Confusion took over as trees and shadows seemed to move. The Filipino soldiers did not rush. They fired only when needed, then disappeared like ghosts. The foreign soldiers tried to regroup, but their radios failed in the thick terrain. Panic grew as they realized they were not in control anymore. Rain began to fall heavily, turning the ground into mud. The jungle became dark and heavy, slowing the foreign soldiers. Their heavy gear worked against them, making movement painful and slow. Every sound felt like an attack. The Filipino unit moved silently, barefoot in some places, using the rain as cover. They attacked from different angles, never staying long in one place. The enemy could not see them clearly, but they could feel them everywhere. The Filipino commander ordered his men to use fear as a weapon. They spread out and used whistles, distant shouts, and sudden movements. The jungle echoed these sounds, making it seem like hundreds of soldiers were closing in. The foreign units started to doubt themselves. They fired wildly into the trees, wasting bullets and energy. Their leader shouted orders, but his voice shook. Confidence turned into fear as they realized they were being outsmarted. One Filipino soldier was injured, but his brothers carried him safely away while still fighting. No one was left behind. This unity gave them strength and courage. They fought not for glory, but for each other and their homeland. The foreign soldiers fought individually, each trying to survive. Their formation broke apart, and teamwork failed. Strong weapons meant nothing without trust and coordination. This difference became clear with every passing hour. At dawn, the Filipino unit launched a coordinated attack. They used high ground and natural cover, striking with perfect timing. The enemy was exhausted, hungry, and lost. Their advanced weapons could not save them now. The foreign leader was captured without a fight.
He looked around in disbelief, seeing his defeated soldiers surrounded by calm Filipino faces. There was no celebration, only silence and control. The Filipino commander ordered his men to stop firing. He treated the wounded enemy soldiers and gave them water. This act shocked the foreign unit more than the defeat itself. They expected anger, not mercy. The commander spoke clearly and simply. He said, "Strength is not just winning. Strength is knowing when to stop." The foreign soldiers lowered their heads, feeling shame and respect at the same time. Word spread quickly about the defeat. Military leaders from far away could not believe it. A small Filipino unit had defeated elite foreign soldiers without advanced weapons, only skill, patience, and unity. The jungle returned to silence as the Filipino soldiers stood together. They did not boast or celebrate loudly. They knew this victory was a lesson, not a trophy. That night, the soldiers sat around a small fire. The commander reminded them of the old folk tales again. He said those stories were not just tales, but lessons passed down through blood and time. The soldiers listened carefully, understanding now more than ever. They had become part of those stories, living proof that wisdom can defeat power. The captured foreign soldiers were released later, unharmed. When they left, they did not speak proudly anymore. They walked quietly, changed forever by the experience. Their leader looked back once and said, "We underestimated you." The Filipino commander replied, "Never underestimate people fighting for their home." The Filipino unit returned to their base as heroes, though no medals were given. Their reward was peace and the safety of their land. The villagers welcomed them with smiles and tears. And in the jungle, the story remained, whispered by the trees and rivers, a reminder to all who hear it. True strength is not in weapons or pride, but in heart, unity, and respect for the land you stand on.